Greetings from Cambodia. And I'm making this video particularly for NGO directors, nonprofit directors, but this might also fit for schools and for churches. But I was the director of a nonprofit organization in Cambodia for many, many years, and I'm still an advisor and have a lot of relationships with them. And I want to talk to you about the value of short-term teams that would come to visit your entity. Let's just call it an entity. All right? And so I found that short-term teams who would come from many different countries all over the world to visit Cambodia and to assist our entity were invaluable. They were so important, especially in the beginning stages. One reason why is because they brought skills that I did not have and my staff did not yet have. And so they would have every kind of skill and hobby and background, educational experience, life experiences, and they really added knowledge and skills and perspective to my staff and to the people that we were serving, our students and the people in the villages in the countryside that we were serving. And so they brought skills. It's a real value. They will bring skills and help develop the capacity of you and your staff, your volunteers, and the people that you serve. And so when it came to contacting and communicating with the teams, I was the door. I wanted to be the ones that would bring them in and have the initial contact with them. I being the director of the organization, the church, that was important to me. And so I would send them an application. Every team member had to fill out an application. Every team member had to have evidence of health insurance that they were going to be taken care of in an emergency while they were in Cambodia if something happened, so it wouldn't fall upon me. And I would also send them, this is what this video is about, just a very, very simple questionnaire, very simple questionnaire, and I can send that to you if you want it, that would ask them about their age, their gender, are they man, woman, how old they are, because that would affect, if they're young people can do things that old people can't do, and old people cannot do certain things that young people can do. So it helped a lot if I knew what their age was. Also their education, did they have a high education or just a high school education? Did they specialize in any subjects? Or do they have any specific skills with their job or any hobbies that are skills? All of these are really valuable assets to contributing to what we're doing in Cambodia. And then what I would try to do, and then I would ask them, what do you want to get out of this trip? I want them to be happy. I want them to go away saying, man, that was great. It was everything I expected it to be, and I wanted to receive benefit too. So I had them each team member fill out this simple form, send it to me. And then I would think through all the different things that we're doing, the days that they're going to be here, how much time they can invest, and I would try to tailor-make an experience for them according to their desires and according to their characteristics, their education, their age, their gender, their skills, their hobbies, and things like that. And so that's what I would do. I try to tailor-make it, and then I would pass that off to my assistant, or I would pass that off to a team host. It was very important for us to have a team host, and that is one of our Cambodian staff or maybe a student or a volunteer, and they would be the host of the team. And that means everything fell upon the host and didn't fall upon me and didn't fall upon my staff. The host made all the hotel arrangements, transportation arrangements, food arrangements, make sure things were on time, and the host, sometimes a male, sometimes a female, made sure everything worked. And so that was a very important part. And I let the team know that they had to pay the host. I think back then it was $10 a day or maybe $15 a day, and they also invited the host to eat with them. All right, and so that was the beginning stages of it. And I encourage them to do a vacation with a purpose. That is, come, see the sights, but spend 2 or 3 days, and some of them wanted to spend more days with our program of doing the things that were imparting their life, their skills, their background to our program. That may be teaching, it may be just planting flowers, it may be spending time with older people, spending time with children. There's a multitude of different things that they could have done. Okay, and the second thing is we always had an orientation. The orientation was essential. I would meet with them and I would introduce ourselves. I would be the smiling face, tell them all the great things that we're doing, give them a little bit of Cambodian history and Cambodian culture, do's and don'ts. You're in a country, you are representing my organization, and so I don't want you doing this, I don't want you doing that. Okay, and also talk about Cambodian culture, what's appropriate, what's not appropriate in Cambodia. And then they would go out and they would do their activities, being led by our host. And then they would come back, and the debriefing was also important. These are usually happen, the orientation and debriefing usually happen around meals. The debriefing, I would, again, thank you all for coming. We appreciate you so much. Can you tell me, show me some examples. How do you feel? What did you experience? What some of the most interesting things that happened to you? I would let them speak, and they would share about the things that they enjoyed in Cambodia, whether it's tourism or whether it's something that they've done with our organization, our entity. And then I would talk to them about being an ambassador for our organization. Is that, first of all, we cannot function without money. And so I would like to encourage you to consider making a donation before you leave. I'd like to encourage you to consider becoming a regular donor after you leave. And when you go back to your home country, don't forget about us. And so make sure that you keep contact with us on social media, and make sure that you can be an ambassador. You tell others. So it goes from me and us to you, and it goes from you to all of your friends and relatives all over the world. And that would really be helpful for us, because we cannot do what we're doing without you and with people like you. And so that would be my debriefing with them. And then we would make sure that the previous videos that I've made about making contact with your donors and communicating with your donors on a regular basis by newsletter, by text messages, by social media posts, and by short videos. And so we made sure that they were on that list, and we regularly communicated with them. I put it in the calendar. This is my responsibility as the director, to maybe not do it all myself, but make sure it gets done. So anyway, this is kind of a long video, but I felt like that this was a very important part of communicating with donors and seeking new donors and helpers with your entity, whether it's a school, a church, or an organization or something like that. All right? And so I hope this has been helpful for you. Please contact me. I've got tons of documents I can send you if you want them.